This is a story from my student days when I lived alone. I lived in an old apartment building, where some of the rooms were used as student dormitories. I lived on the first floor, and my friend in the same apartment lived on the second floor. The room was a wooden-floored six-mat room, a common one-person living arrangement. I remember that all the doors in the apartment were green. However, my friend's room was the only one that had just been remodeled and had tatami mats instead of wooden flooring. At first, my friend was very happy to live in the new room. I didn't mind it either, and went in and out of his room to play with him. But, I don't know when it had started, my cheerful friend, who had been showing great leadership, stopped smiling so much, and began to show a quiet and gloomy expression more and more often. He also began to frequently refuse to go back to his dorm room. I wondered and asked my friend why he did not want to go to his room. Then, my friend began to tell me about a strange dream. One night, when he fell asleep, he had a dream. He was walking somewhere in a forest, and there was a door at the end of the path. When he casually opened the door, it led to another place, and the dream ended there. There was something strange about it, but it didn't look harmless dream, so he didn't pay much attention to it in the beginning. However, since then, he has been dreaming of opening the door in the same way every night, and although he did not know the place at first, the scenery gradually became familiar to him. It led him to a park where he played as a child, then to a kindergarten, then to an elementary school, and gradually to a place with which he had a connection, and recently he has been approaching this dormitory room. Every time he had a dream, he started to think, this mightn't be good, and he also started to feel frustrated and disgusted that he must not open the last door of the dormitory. And he also said that when he came close to his dorm room even in the daytime, he felt uncomfortable in his room. When I asked him specifically what kind of discomfort he felt, he said that he smelled a perfume that was not his own. He also said that he often found long hair in their rooms that he didn't recognize. Of course, he didn't remember having a woman with long hair in his room. I suggested to my friend that he might be tired and should go back to his parents' house for a while. Since it was summer vacation from that day, my friend accepted my suggestion and went home for a change. But I had a part-time job, so I stayed in the dormitory during the summer vacation. Then, during that summer vacation, I had a chance to have a drink with a graduating senior, and I heard something unexpected. He asked me, "Speaking of which, is there still that room in that dormitory?" I had no idea what he was talking about, so I asked him back, and it seemed he was talking about that room where my friend was living. When I told him, "My friend is living there," he looked embarrassed, and asked me to forget about it. I felt uneasy and asked him about the room. He told me that there was a rumor that someone had died in that room in the past. He did not know the details of the cause of death, or whether it was suicide or death from illness. This unexpected story gave me chills. I wondered if there was any connection to my friend's recent weird behavior, but there was nothing I could do. It was a few nights later, and it was a very hot and humid day. The apartment was a rare one that allowed pets, and although I was the only one who had a pet, my dog, who was usually very quiet, started barking outside. It was a little after 11 p.m. As I was wondering what was going on, suddenly the light in my room flashed twice. I got so scared, and picked up my cell phone to open the screen, but this time the phone turned off automatically. I got a bad feeling about this, so I pulled my dog close, pulled the covers over us, and closed my eyes to try to go to sleep. Then, I heard a high-pitched sound coming from somewhere. I listened carefully, and found that it sounded like the sound of high heels. Moreover, the owner of the footsteps seemed to be in front of the entrance of my room, and was walking back and forth with a steady thump. When did a woman appear in front of the entrance? I never heard a single footstep of high heels like this before. I was sweating profusely, but I was enduring this extreme fear. For a moment, the thought of running out from the balcony crossed my mind, but it seemed my dog didn't want to, so all we could do was just to endure. When I realized, it was morning. When he came back, I told him what I had heard from my senior, and told him that he should change the room, However, within a few months, my friend dropped out of school. The phenomenon in my room, my friend's strange behavior, and the rumors I heard from my senior. I do not know if there is a connection between them. But, the sound of somebody's high-heeled footsteps echoing in my room is still lingering in my ears.